If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I wouldn't feel wrong. It would have been made clear to me that there was nothing wrong with me. It would have been unquestionable. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, the word fear would never have been connected to my parents. I wouldn't have been worried about being disowned just for being who I was. I wouldn't have been so scared to tell them. I wouldn't feel a need to justify or defend their actions. I wouldn't say things like, "But they did love me. We have a good relationship now. My childhood was good." If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I wouldn't have a river of rage feeding the deep, poisonous root of doubt in my chest. I wouldn't have the anger toward the world that I do because I would have felt loved and whole and enough. I wouldn't be constantly searching for the source of that river or a way to tear up that root. I wouldn't consistently be asking questions that I know there is no answer to. I wouldn't be trying to justify feeling broken because I wouldn't feel broken. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I wouldn't feel the urge to suppress these thoughts, to keep them secret from my parents. I wouldn't have these thoughts. I wouldn't have to keep these feelings locked within my being, hiding them away from the people who loved me as they could. I wouldn't know the pain of being loved in a way other than what I need. I wouldn't know that unleashing these words would cause my parents the exact pain that I have felt because it means that I don't love them in the way that they needed. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I would be able to allow myself to be loved as an adult. I wouldn't attach conditions to compliments. I wouldn't question flirtations. I wouldn't resist attractions because I wouldn't be scared of a love that hurts. I wouldn't be constantly seeking a love I have never known, an unconditional love that makes me feel secure and grounded to the world. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I wouldn't question it. I wouldn't question much. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I wouldn't see the flaw in the idea of being made stronger by the things that don't kill you. I wouldn't know just how much those things that don't kill can hurt. I wouldn't know that even though I was made stronger by my traumas, it was a strength born from breaking, like a bone mending itself. I would have a different kind of strength, perhaps. One forged from the confident knowledge of feeling loved. The bones would remain strong because they were fed well and never broke. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I wouldn't feel the need to compare. I wouldn't need to say things like, "Other people have it worse." I wouldn't need to bathe in the comparative suffering of other people's childhoods because I would feel whole in my own. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I would not have any hesitation about having children of my own. I would not question if I would be able to love them the way that they need. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child, I would be able to love myself fully, completely, unconditionally. If I had been loved the way I needed as a child.